Okay.
What did you think about today? Your first appearance at Speaker Speak Live. How was your experience here today?
This was quite enjoyable. It's a different format for some of the other groups I use. And so this seems like a great way for speakers to get that feedback that I don't see in other groups. So I really appreciate that's a different venue with a different ROI.
All right. Thank you for that. We appreciate that. Any other topics that need to be brought up here today?
Can you expound on like the intro? Like you kind of touched a little bit about the intro and what you should do with that. But would
Right.
you?
Well, the instructions that the presenters get, there's a link to a blog. He's a little sketchy, but the blog is good. A blog from Marty Dickinson on how to prepare an introduction. And it's pretty good information. One thing to remember, when you send me your introduction, what I don't really need is I speak to and I've done this and I've done that. That's not, and then so I have to go in there and say, so and so loves speaking to, and he or she does this. So I have to go in there and fix it.
Third
So think
person.
that it's a
Third
third
person.
person thing.
Yeah.
We are introducing the speaker to these people who don't know. If you're going to give, if your keynote has 5 points and you only have time in your 10 minutes for 2 or 3 points, let us know that. Just say it. It should be obvious that in a 10-minute we may not get to all five, but say that so our mind is prepared for that. Don't make it longer than your speech. I've had a few of those, and I need, more than one line would be very helpful, and I've had some of those. So
Will you send the guidelines to the speaker, like for me to send my intro
It's there.
to the presenter?
I
It's
I send you what I need. I need a headshot. I need a headline. What are you going to get out of this? And then I need your intro. I take care of getting it to whoever needs to go where.
Can I
And the
make a
blog,
suggestion that you add name pronunciation to that list, please?
Good idea.
Burns.
Good idea.
Hasten rhymes with taste, darling.
So one thought I have to answer your question about the intro. I've always been taught, tell us about what we're going to get from your speech. We don't care where you went to school, how many people you impressed. But in Nora's case, she told us that she had done 250 undercover interviews, which set her up as an expert for this specific topic. We don't care that she has an MBA and a PhD and a CSP and all of that blah, blah, blah. We want to know what's in this speech for me and why am I going to be better when I listen to it? And then end with 3 points about you. She likes her coffee black and her whiskey strong. Make me laugh in the last sentence.
If anybody remembers back when Speaker Magazine used to come with CDs, Christine Cashin shared a wonderful formula for intros and outros. And I loved it so much, I recently turned it into a wizard where you can kind of fill out the form and it'll walk you through creating an intro to her formula. And that's at speakypedia.com/intromatic. I put the link in the chat, but if you go to speakypedia.com, there are many formulas that work, and
Thanks,
try the one
Dave.
that fits you, but enjoy. That's what it's there for.
And Christine is exactly the lady I was quoting when I said what I said about what to do in an intro. She rocks.
Yeah.
Again,
And I
Dana.
usually like to come up with my own formulas for doing things. And I just thought, nope, Christine nailed this one. I just want to try to make that accessible. And it's hidden on a CD somewhere where nobody can hear it anymore. The app is gone. So now it lives on. And I sent it to her and she loved it. So it's approved. And my other thing I originally raised my hand for is I wanted to thank Marty and Dana, because I don't get to these meetings nearly as often as I would like to, but you guys are always here making this stuff work and doing it out of the goodness of your hearts and bringing people together. So thank you. And that's Christine Cashin, Cashen, to answer Judy's question.
Yeah, that's so funny
Steve,
because that's exactly why I raised my hand to say the intro that I use is a version of one that Christine Cashin and I worked on. Christine's thankfully a very good friend of mine. She's out of Dallas,
Mhm.
Texas, for those of you in NSA. She's a CPAE, CSP, all of the letters. And for her, she said she's the one who told me have something relatable on the end. When I speak in front of male audiences, primarily male dominated, male populated audiences, I definitely include the whiskey element. There's some audiences that I can't, and I have for the clients I send it to, I knew this group we could do it, have alternate things that they can put in there, right? The fact that I have a $25 a day organic blueberry habit, or right, like there's other elements that they can put in there if they don't. And I don't, sometimes I put in the fact that I'm a poker player, sometimes I put in whiskey, depends on the audience that I'm addressing. So, but always something that makes it easier for them to relate to me, where some other people might go, oh, they do. And afterwards, people will give me whiskey recommendations, which is awesome.
You might consider adding a third element to that. You like your coffee black, you like your whiskey neat, and when you play poker, you're all in, or something like that. 3 sequences seem to work well.
Mhm.